I'd like to focus on two main areas where we've talked about a little bit, and that would be what what happened at work and how your vocational pursuits have matured, and then about the relationships that you have, particularly your children.
Okay.
So you went back to work 6 weeks, 2 months after your accident.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
And my boss, she was a pretty great lady. She had her own, unfortunately, she had issues happen in her life that happened with mine, and still a nice lady, but I no longer believed in my job. I no longer believed that taking people out of the institution and pretty much putting them in a community institution is what we've done. I didn't believe in what I was doing anymore. I used to, think that they needed more drugs. Their behaviors, their dose is out of whack. And now when I looked at that point when I started looking at why they were having issues, you would have issues if you were being controlled the way that there's fit to be. And this is the residential supported living, which is the best. You have 4 roommates that you don't get to choose. So you're forced to move in with somebody you don't like, and you have a staff that I wouldn't let take care of my dog. To be honest with you, I really wouldn't let them watch my dog. And here, we're asking them to comply. And so my whole concept around what I was doing, it was the staff issues and not the residential, which wasn't going over real good with the state when I'm doing behavior support plans for state managers. But that truly was where the issues were coming, was the power control of some of the program managers were in the field, and I started taking a different approach at it, and that's where People First to us, because I was part of them before and during my transition. They were the only organization that stuck by me, and we've created a network of succeeders, people who can rather than conformers, people who you want to control. And it's been an interesting 10, 11 years with People First.
What happened at your day job, so to speak?
Okay, so I was also in charge of hiring. I had a real hard time hiring people that I wouldn't let take care of my dog, and so it was really tough picking people, because now it really, before I wanted to get the best person out of the applications because we needed somebody, but then it got to the point where I didn't want to hire these people because they weren't capable, they weren't qualified, they shouldn't be taking care of people. And that created some problems within the mid-management, because they needed people to work, because if they didn't have people, they had to work. So a little bit of pressure came on me to hire, and so I hired some people, and and it was the nature of the business that 75% of them wouldn't be there a year anyway, and so the bad people, I guess you would say, the non-qualified people, I started taking it personal. That when they would steal something from somebody, just how wrong that was. I mean, the things that I could live with in the past, I couldn't live with anymore.
Any difficulty with compromising?
Yeah, I couldn't have people being taken care of somebody that couldn't take care of their own kids.
The world became very much a black and white place, not a gray anymore.
It did, and what I believed, that wow, we provide this beautiful home with staff 24 hours a day, what a great thing this is for them. And it was no longer so great, because I started seeing what the people were seeing rather than what we were seeing, because it's a business like anything else. It could be a good business, and I don't think I did anything wrong before, because they need staff, but they need to be served with dignity. And so at that point is when my real change came. Rather than working with the management, I now work with the people, and I actually do it from high school up, and I'm teaching them how to enforce the dignity.
Now, did you lose the job, or did you quit?
I had to quit. They wouldn't fire me. I tried to get fired, but they wouldn't fire me.
How long after your accident did that happen?
Oh, yeah, I made it a year and a half, almost a year and a half, and but it got to the point, I felt that's when the guilt started coming in. I knew that I was putting people in harm's way by allowing this to continue.